Hi, my name's Holly Brocklebank. I'm a 5-element acupuncturist based here in Canberra. My areas of passion are fertility, pregnancy, birth, postnatal support and constitutional vitality and well-being. And I love to do seasonal posts where I offer up the gifts and themes of each season so that you can deepen your connection and associations to the seasons as they move through. Before I go any further, just wanted to acknowledge this book, Charles A. Moss, Power of the 5 Elements, if you'd like to do any further reading. You can also do a questionnaire in there to look at your own constitution. So as you may be aware, there is a 5-element wheel. It's based on Taoist wisdom and understanding and is the foundation of Chinese medicine. So there's so much information in this wheel. But for all intents and purposes today, I'm just talking about where we're moving on that wheel right now. We've gone from metal and autumn into where we are now, which is winter and the water element. To those beautiful inky depths, if I could place myself right now, I'd be back to it. I'd be right next to a deep, dark black lake, as that is the colour of water. Takes us to that deeper place within ourselves, into that place of survival, of connecting to deepest fears, to ancestral beliefs. We're passaging right now into the middle of the year quite rapidly towards that of the solstice, which is the longest night of the year, shortest day, and essentially that death, rebirth phase for us as we move through what we need to surrender, let go of, what we need to meet in ourselves. So may the force be with you. It is the dark night of the soul, as it can also be known. So it's a yinward time. The water element takes us to that deepest place within ourselves, as I've mentioned. It's the alpha and omega. It's like all of life has begun in water, and it's this place that we meet ourselves to rebirth ourselves into spring and the wood element. It connects to the systems of the kidney and bladder, which rule our adrenals, our brain, our hearing and ears, the endocrine system, hormonal systems, the DHEA, cortisol, thyroid, testosterone, estrogen, and generally rules our aging process as it connects to that deepest place of our chi that we're born with. It's almost like you're gifted so much energy, and how you use that in your life, what illness and sickness or survival states you have to go into, draw from that pool of deeper energy. So there's no wonder that there's a huge theme that we often, are aware of that need to draw in, replenish and restore ourselves for the year to then recommence as spring lifts us up and takes us back into that rebirth and expansion. There's that greater quality at this time of year I always feel, of moving into that cave-like presence within ourselves. And in our caves, there's our sage waiting to meet us. The sage is the archetype that encapsulates the qualities of the water element. What does your sage feel like? Could you imagine that wisdom self within you that's there to answer those questions if you're willing to ask and also willing to listen? Other themes connected to the water element are survival. Yes, it is winter. It's a beautiful, glorious winter so far, but essentially it takes us to that deepest place of what we need to do. What is our baseline survival? Those instincts, those beliefs, as I've mentioned. The sage also holds other qualities for us. Firstly, it brings the wisdom, the knowledge, and the patience to apply these things in life. Again, ask and you will receive the answers. 2, sage knows our limits. It knows how far we can push, when to unleash that full power of water that we know that we can, and when to go slower and to withhold. Also helps us shed the light on the mysteries of life where we feel in the dark. Our sage is there holding that flame for us. The sage knows how to respect the timing of things and what it takes for those seeds that we plant in life to germinate. Also holds the virtues of perseverance, of will, power and courage. So when our water element is out of balance, we'll often feel that fear We'll feel that deeper sense of fear, inability to move and flow in life. We might feel quite restricted by fear, panic, anxiety, and overwhelm. When we're balanced, we can transform our fear into wisdom, our resignation to willpower, overwhelm to coping strategies, doubt to knowledge, crisis to opportunity, and isolation to seeking the support we need. So I hope you've got a good sense of what the water element has to offer us, and a greater sense of maybe how you connect to some of these themes. It is a time where we are moving through that death, resurrection. So I bless you on this path. We know it's only a short phase relatively compared to the whole year. So reap the deepest wisdom you can in getting to know yourself and whatever it is that you need to transform and transmute as we move through solstice and up the other side. As I mentioned, as a 5-element acupuncturist, I look to uncover each person's constitution. So I am based here in Canberra if you're interested in sessions. I will have another post and hopefully some more coming up, but my next post will be on the 10 top tips for nourishing, supporting your water element through winter. So hope you've got something from what I've shared. Blessings on your solstice passage till we meet again.